Hey guys, it's Monica. So I'm doing another cooking video for you guys. I'm going to show you guys how I make patty melts. Also, just some upcoming videos that you want to make sure you stay tuned for. I'm going to show you guys how to make poppy seed chicken and pistolets. So if you want to see how to do this, then keep watching. Okay, for this recipe you're going to need hamburger meat. I am just using 6 pre-made patties. You can use more or less depending on the size, of the people that you're serving. I'm using my favorite Duke's mayonnaise, but you don't have to use Duke's. I'm using just white sandwich bread. And then I'm going to use sharp cheddar cheese, which has already been shredded. And then this white cheese is a Mexican cheese. I'm sorry, I do not remember the name of it, but you get it in the cheese section at Walmart. It comes in like a white circle, and the package is red. I can't remember the name, sorry. And I'm going to use half of this yellow onion. And then I'm going to use butter, and then some of my queen bee all-purpose seasoning, and some salt. Okay, so we're just going to start off by cutting our onion. I've showed you in other videos how to cut onions, so just cut it that way or any which way you want to. You can also add, if you want to this recipe, you can add jalapenos, you can add mushrooms, anything you like really. I'm just going to kind of keep it simple tonight, so I'm just going to cut up half of an onion. Okay, now that we have got our onion cut up, and if you're cutting up any other stuff, once you've got that done, we're going to go ahead and saute it in some butter in a pan. That usually takes a few minutes, and you want to go ahead and have that step out of the way before you start messing with your hamburger. Okay, so I've just added a heaping tablespoon, which is about 2 tablespoons, depending on the size, like I said, the quantity of the stuff that you're using. So I just put that in my small skillet. I'm going to go ahead and turn my heat on and go ahead and get the butter melting. Once the butter is fully melted, then we'll add the onions in. Okay, now our butter is ready, so we're just going to go ahead and throw our onions in. So you're going to stir them around, get them all coated in the butter, and you're basically just going to caramelize your onions. Just kind of take some of that raw bitterness out. So it'll take just a few minutes. But the butter will kind of, absorb in the onions. So you just kind of keep stirring it around, make sure it doesn't burn, and all of your onions are covered. You just kind of keep working with it until they turn a real nice golden color, or you can let them go a little bit longer to get a real nice caramelized color and texture on them. So I'm just going to keep stirring this around until they get to my liking, really. Okay, if you're going for more of a caramelized onion, when most of the butter is absorbed, you want to make sure that you keep stirring it pretty quickly, because it's real easy for it to burn, obviously. And you might hear them pop a little bit, but don't, freak out if they're not going to pop out at you. But just keep stirring it around to make sure that all of the onions are evenly coated, and that way they don't get too hot, burn, or pop out at you. So mine are looking really nice right now. So I'm going to keep doing this for a couple more minutes, and then I'm going to turn the heat off, and then I'm going to set them away from the burner just to kind of hang out while we get our burgers ready and cook them. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and season our hamburger patties. I'm just going to keep them in this little package. It's just a little bit easier. So we're going to go ahead and take some of my queen bee seasoning. I'm going to go ahead and start sprinkling on the first 2 patties. Do not use a lot of this because it does have a lot of salt and red pepper in it. And I'm going to take a little bit of salt and put it on that side. And then once I get it in the skillet, I will sprinkle the other side. I've already turned my cast iron skillet on and put these 2 in the skillet. Okay, I have put 4 of them in my little cast iron skillet, and I went ahead and seasoned the other side. I'm pretty sure just about everyone knows how to cook a hamburger. You obviously leave it on the side until it's nice and brown on the other side, flip it over, you know, cook it all the way through. So that's what I'm going to do to all 6 of the patties. And then once I take them off and drain them, then I'll show you what to do next. Okay, now that our burgers are done, I just put them on a plate with a paper towel and a rack just to help strain off excess grease, because you definitely don't want that in your sandwich. Okay, so I have my big old stack of bread here, my mayonnaise, my cheese, my onions, and whatever else you're going to put on your sandwich. If you hear some little noises, he's having some cheese puffs there. So, alright, so we're going to go ahead and take 2 slices of bread, just like you would make a normal grilled cheese sandwich. We're going to smear some mayonnaise on it. Go ahead and put it on both sides. Put as little as you like, or as little. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on there. And then we're going to go ahead and put cheese on both sides. So I'm going to put a little bit of both. I'm going to put some of the Mexican cheese on one side of the bread. Just like that. We're going to go ahead and take a patty and put it on top. And then we're going to put some of the sharp cheddar on the other side. And this is going to be more for the kids' sandwich, because they don't like the onions, or if you have mushrooms or anything like that. So, alright, that's pretty much it. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this stack of sandwiches here, and then I'm going to show you what to do next. Okay, I hope you didn't put away your butter, because you're going to need it for the next part. So you're just going to take 2 tablespoons, or however much you need, for depending on how many sandwiches you're making. Put it in your skillet, and then I'm going to turn the heat on medium, just because I'm going to be making more than 1 or 2 sandwiches. I don't want the skillet to get too hot. So I'm going to go ahead and let this melt. Okay, now our butter is good and melted. I'm going to go ahead and take one of my stack of sandwiches over here. I'm going to be cooking 2 at a time, so just make sure your skillet is big enough. So I'm just going to leave them in there a little bit and let it do its thing. I'm sure you know how to make a grilled cheese. This is pretty much the same thing as you making a grilled cheese. So just let it sit there and, of course, brown and crisp up on that side, and then flip it over, and you're just going to cook it until the cheese is melted and everything is heated through and through. Okay, so I'm done cooking these, you can see. So, of course, the cheese is all strung out across, and you can see, you know, a little bit of the different layers. You can really have fun with these sandwiches, like I said, like with jalapenos or mushrooms, and create lots of different layers. But this is the end result, and this is what we call a patty melt. Okay, that was it for the patty melts. Just a real simple recipe, or well, way to make it really. It's not really a recipe. Just a little bit different way to eat a burger. So yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Don't forget to stay tuned for more upcoming videos. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Leave me comments below. Don't forget to thumbs up. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.